Okay, let's take a look at some Canadian stocks because I haven't looked at some Canadian stocks in a little while. Bloody pretty much across the board for the most part. Even all the blue chips. Bell Canada had this big volume spike. I pointed it out a few days ago, and now we're trading under that level. And now we got a lower high, and now the bears are going to go for a lower low on Bell Canada. If the rates rise, if interest rates rise, companies that pay dividends, I don't think it's good for them. Inflation and interest rates is not good for most stocks. Banks, looks like a double top on the banks. Look at this huge volume today on TD. I think it's quadruple witching day today. So that's probably what affected that there. TD bulls trying to hold this as a triple bottom. It could be. Keep an eye on that clear resistance area. Sorry, someone calling my phone. I'll check soon. Could be a bull flag on the weekly. No major red flags, but this bit of a volume spike on and this fake out is a bit of a red flag. Possible double top. I'm a bit unsure here. I'm going to lean bearish because of the high volume at these highs, because of what appears to be a potential distribution pattern, because of the potential double top, and because of the gap down today. I lean bearish. So there's that, and that would go the same with most banks. Suncor was looking good, but up here just broke this high and then it faked out a reversal pattern. I forget sometimes the patterns what they're called because I look at other indicators mostly, but I think this is bearish harami. I think that's what it is. So you had that big pullback. It's a bit oversold, a bit far from the red line, so we might get a rebound there. But it broke the uptrend because it broke this support level over here. So look for a potential rebound to test the red line, or look for it to potentially trade within the range of today because it's a pretty big range. Keep an eye on that on Suncor. A break of today's low would suggest it probably go down to that 50-day moving average, which is around $27.98. Thinkific, not really looking good. Not much volume here. I don't know if most of you haven't heard of this stock, but this is the company that I made the course with. I didn't make it with them, but I used their website, their platform to make the course. So they just listed on the stock market a couple months ago on the Canadian market. It's a Canadian company. Stock's been doing okay overall, but I mean, the volume is so low. Look, 24,000 today. Not a stock you can really trade. A little bit of a bearish hanging mat today. Broke resistance without really any follow through. Potential bear flag over here. Not looking too good right now. Gold stocks, obviously with gold dropping, gold stocks not going to do so well. Barrick Gold ran up, tested this previous critical support area, acted as a resistance, then sold off. Not looking too good. At this moment, increasing bear volume. And like I said in the other video, and I don't know if you've seen, increasing volume is usually a sign that the direction will continue in that direction. It's when you get these big volume spikes, like here, that signal a temporary consolidation or a reversal. So in this case, this big volume spike signaled a temporary consolidation, a short-term reversal, and then dropped lower. This volume spike up here signaled the high up here before a pullback. Whereas this, we don't have a huge spike yet for me to think it's the bottom. It ended very weak today, ended near the low of the day. It's a bit far from the red line, but it could easily drop like that, and the red line will end up touching the top of the candlestick. So not really looking too good. Barrick Gold, it's breaking down. This is a breakaway gap down. And with gold not looking too good either. I mean, there was this huge volume spike on gold, but it doesn't really seem to have bottom yet. We're getting even higher volume potentially today. I don't know if we're done trading yet. I think we're done trading, but high volume today too. Now this is a potential inverted hammer. So you have an inverted hammer with high volume near these lows. Gold may be setting up for a reversal, gold bullion. Weekly potential inverse head and shoulders. I'm a bit unsure here, but at this point, I'm going to lean bullish because of the high volume spikes near these lows, because of this inverted hammer, because we're far from the red line, and because the potential of this inverted head and shoulders, and because on the monthly, we're at a pretty critical support area, the middle monthly Bollinger Band as well. So I'm going to lean bullish on gold from here. Also, people panicking with everything else. Gold typically should fare a little bit better when everything else is going down. Not always, but sometimes. I didn't look at the US dollar in the other video, but I'll just say this quick, and I don't know if you're interested in this video. I say Canadian stocks, but every single month since COVID, since the March peak, and see the US dollar went up when the markets sold off last year. Okay, because money's leaving the markets, going into cash, pushing the value of the dollar up. But when the market started reversing and the market started going up, the US dollar was dropping. Now look, you have a lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, all the way down, lower highs on the monthly chart. And today, or this month, we broke that lower high pattern. So that is what I think is a red flag for the markets, and it's also a red flag for the Canadian dollar. So I do think the US dollar is going to increase more from here. And there's also massive short positions against the US dollar. So you could see a squeeze on the US dollar. It's possible. USDXY. There's massive short positions on the US dollar. People think they're printing too much money. It's got to be worthless. So everyone's betting against it. Little do they know, they might get squeezed. Okay, other Canadian stocks. I mean, Canadian market's just... What's interesting now on the Canadian market? Send me something. I want to know what's interesting. Send me an email or send me a message on Instagram. I'll usually read them. I don't always reply because I get so many messages, but I'll usually read them at least. So, blue chip stocks turning bearish, and you can imagine, I mean, if the Dow Jones is bearish, okay, in which it is, then blue chip stocks are going to be bearish. Look at the Dow Jones recently. Look at that. It just broke the monthly higher low pattern that it's held for several months in a row. So, pretty big red flag. This is a bearish engulfing candlestick. Not liking it. Not liking it. That's my thoughts. Not too much Canadian stocks to look at as far as I could see. So, thanks for watching. Have a good night. Remember, like, comment, subscribe, share. Check out the course. Thanks.